In both live action and animation, in recent years, DC has had a pretty bad reputation of not following up on their post-credit scenes. Every now and then they will follow it up, like in Justice League War, how it teased Throne of Atlantis. Of course, we ended up getting Throne of Atlantis. And in Justice League vs. Teen Titans, teasing the Judas Contract, and of course, we got the Judas Contract a year later. But more often than not, that isn't the case. Like, staying on the topic of the Judas Contract, it also had a post-credit scene revealing Jericho, and we never got a movie with Jericho. Jericho is the son of Deathstroke, and he's a character a lot of people aren't too familiar with. Most people probably know him from his appearance in Titans, but it would have been cool to get an animated movie with the Titans going up against Jericho, maybe him trying to avenge his father.
Shouldn't we have a league of our own?
Something both the DC animated movie universe and the DCEU teased but never truly followed up was the Legion of Doom. The DCAMU had a scene at the end of Throne of Atlantis with Ocean Master securely in a cell and Lex Luthor approaching him about a group of supervillains to take down the Justice League. A much similar thing happened to that in the live-action Justice League, where Deathstroke had a meeting with Lex Luthor about forming a group of supervillains to take down the Justice League. And we never got either of those movies, animated or live action. You can say the DCAMU kind of followed up, because at the beginning of Justice League vs. Teen Titans, they are battling a pseudo Legion of Doom. But we literally only see that for 5 minutes on screen, if that. We never got a proper Legion of Doom movie, which would be freaking awesome. Just look at Justice League Doom. It's one of the best DC animated movies out there. As for the live action version, we know what happened there. The Snyderverse is pretty much dead in the water unless they bring it back. Who knows what's going to happen with everything going on with Warner Brothers at the moment. Also, because of everything that wound up happening with the live-action film, the Suicide Squad post-credit scene with Bruce Wayne meeting with Amanda Waller is rendered pretty much useless. We never get any interaction between these two characters again. It's just there to be there. Wonder Woman Bloodlines also had an end-credit scene teasing a potential sequel, and I think we all know why this didn't happen, but at the same time, I don't think they ever planned for a sequel to happen, so what was the point of this scene? This movie was mere months before Justice League Dark Apocalypse War, and they knew Apocalypse War was their conclusion to the DC animated movie universe, so what was the point of even putting this scene into this sorry excuse for a movie? I've touched on the end credit scenes that are definitely not going to be followed up, that were pretty much just a waste, but the next couple I'm going to talk about are still question marks to an extent. First is Batman Ninja. I'm not sure if this was supposed to set up some kind of sequel or not, with Bruce arriving back from ancient Japanese times into what seems to be more of Western times in America, ? This could have easily just been a scene to tease you about a potential future, but mostly one to make you chuckle a little. So on to the next one, the main one I really want to talk about. Batman vs. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The post-credit scene of this movie is, of course, Shredder's hand coming out from underneath the rubble of Ace Chemicals, and it's all white, bleached white. He gets up, turns around, it's the Joker face, it's Joker Shredder. We get a massive tease like that, and it would be freaking awesome to see, and we have yet to hear about a sequel to this movie. Now, Batman vs. TMNT was only 3 years ago, so I'm holding out some hope that maybe this potential sequel will happen, but right now it's not looking likely with no announcement in sight. I'm wondering if maybe the movie didn't bring enough money in for both Warner Brothers and Nickelodeon to be happy, because this was a crossover movie, so the profits are going two separate directions. If that's the case, it's just a shame that we will probably never get this sequel, because the tease was absolutely fantastic and it's something I would love to see. Another question mark is Shazam.
What in God's name?
I named the gods, Doctor, not the other way around.
Mr. Mime in the post-credit scene, of course teasing him as a main villain later on, but with Shazam 2 appearing to not feature him at all really, and Shazam 3 likely going to be him going up against Black Adam, I would presume. That's not looking likely either. The Mr. Mime follow-up, it was just kind of a tease that was nothing more than a tease, or Mr. Mime could end up being in Shazam 2, and he could be the one behind the goddesses, whatever they're called, I forgot their name, but the villains that are revealed in the Shazam 2 trailer. Maybe Mr. Mime is behind it all, who knows. I also forgot to mention Martian Manhunter approaching Bruce Wayne in the post-credit scene of Justice League, the Snyder Cut. Of course, we aren't going to get anything followed up from that. Who knows when we're even going to see Martian Manhunter in live action again. But the last post-credit scene that I want to touch on is Batman The Long Halloween, because since we've had Green Lantern Beware My Power since then, it seems that all of that is going to be completely skipped over. We are getting a Justice League movie, so it was mainly teasing the Justice League, so I guess we're getting what it teased, but I was kind of expecting more with Batman, Flash, and Green Arrow along the journey, them three. I didn't really expect Batman to join the Justice League outright because that's not really within his character. He's usually reluctant to be a team player unless he's calling all the shots. But many of DC's post-credit scenes actually teasing something and not following up on what they promised is a trend I just noticed. Let me know what you think about this down in the comments below. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.